leave you with an exclusive coming in. Here's a slice of a conversation that Ekta Batra managed to have with Sarah McMullen, the country director of the US FDA. And this was at the BioAsia 2024 summit. Ekta started off by asking about the recent cases of issues such as quality of data and data integrity. Take a look.
So while I can't speak to the specific reasons as to why we're finding more data integrity issues, I will say that we are finding them throughout facilities. And so we're finding it in manufacturing as well as laboratory. And when we find data integrity issues that are so extensive in facilities, it really speaks to the quality culture of that facility. And what we want to see from companies is not just a quality motto, which most companies should have and do have. We want to see them empower their employees at every level to make the right decisions regarding product quality and to have the accountability to follow that up. And so that's maybe one of the pieces that we think could solve some of these data integrity issues.
But there was a whole spate or a period of time where Indian manufacturing facilities did not see data integrity issues. It seems to be a resurgence probably in the past 1 year, maybe more so post-COVID. Is that a trend that you're spotting?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say if those issues still existed and we just weren't seeing them, and now we're able to discover them. So hard to say, but now that we see them, we really want to take concerted efforts to fix them.
What is it across the board? Is it facilities across India where you're seeing data integrity issues, or is it specific to a certain location?
Not specific to a certain location. So I think this is something that all of industry can engage in and look to improve practices.
And when you say quality of culture needs to improve, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so it really just is allowing employees to make the right decisions and encouraging them to make the right decisions and having the accountability to make sure they're making the right decisions.
So in terms of the trend that we've seen, OAIs, NEIs or VAIs, official action indicated, and the others, what is standing out more in terms of a classification for Indian plants currently?
So I think there's good news for Indian industry on this. Setting aside the data integrity issues, I think in general we're seeing an improvement in compliance. And a lot of that is that right post-COVID we were doing a lot of follow-up compliance inspections. And now we've done more surveillance inspections this past year. In fact, we did over 2.5 times the number of surveillance inspections this past year than we did the previous year. And so as such, we've seen the compliance rates improve and the OAI rates actually drop over the last year.
Is the backlog over in terms of inspections post-COVID in Indian facilities?
Well, backlog is always a tough word, right? Because we always have competing priorities and inspections and prioritization of inspections that really plays into our ability to see all the facilities that we need to see. And so that's a dynamic process for us in terms of prioritizing inspections.
There are many facilities which have had warning letters, import alerts, say during COVID or maybe just around that period, and they still remain unresolved. Why is that? Is that because remediation takes so long, or is that because there is a backlog in terms of inspection?
So if they've been re-inspected, we did see a lot of those re-inspections continue to be non-compliant. And so that means that the remediations were not considered to be sufficient enough to overcome the original problems that were found in that facility. So as such, I'm sure facilities will have a new list of items to address if they've been re-inspected and continue to be found non-compliant.